Welcome once again, our viewers, to the channel Emma Adonis TV, a channel that is focused in presenting Jesus Christ as the lifeline to society. We believe that if Christ should still be on earth, he will let everyone understand or know that he is interested or focused in every aspect of the total being of any human being living on the planet Earth. And today, we are celebrating World Mental Health, and we want to talk about the rights of children mental health. And to do us the honor is our Auntie Linda. I normally call her Auntie Linda. So we will invite Auntie Linda to give us the talk on the topic, right of mental health among children. Auntie Linda, you are welcome.
Thank you. So I'm Linda Obo, a resident nurse from Ghana Nurses and Midwives College, offering child and adolescent mental health nursing.
Thank you so much for the intro. So let's keep the ball rolling. This program is sponsored and supported by Empowered Mind Ghana. It's an NGO that is into mental health. And so today, as I said earlier, that we are going to discuss right of mental health among children. So Auntie Linda, if we say the right of mental health or children's mental health, what does it mean? First of all, one we want to know when we talk about mental health, what does it mean? Or what
Thank
is
you.
mental health?
Thank you. And then greetings to your viewers and then those listening to us and all that. So when we say mental health in simple form, the ability to adapt and adjust to situations and then circumstances surrounding us, ability to be able to work, ability to think, ability to make decisions, that is rightful decisions, ability to work and all that. And then when we talk about children mental health, it's something we mostly sideline. We hardly talk about children who have mental health issues, but according to statistics or research says that about 50% of mental health issues are established by age 14, that is early adolescence. And then about 10% of children between the ages of 6 to 19 are clinically diagnosed as having mental health issues, but only 75% of them are receive treatment.
Okay.
It's only few that receive treatment. So most of them goes unnoticed. Most of them goes without being treated.
Okay.
So mental health issues in children is something that has been sidelined. No, we don't normally talk about. We often think like, oh, it's a child. What do you need? Our parents used to tell us that, you cry, what are you looking for? Why? What are you thinking about? You've got nothing to think about.
Meanwhile, there are a lot of issues.
There are a lot of issues.
Okay.
They normally tell us that you've got nothing to think about because you are sleeping in a room free, we are buying food for you, we are clothing you and all that. So what are you thinking about? Why are you depressed? But children get depressed.
Okay.
Children also have mood swings. Okay. Children sometimes wake up and they don't feel like talking to anybody and all that. So all these are forms of mental health issues in children that we normally don't talk about, or we see it but we ignore it. Some sees it and then we look at it like this child is becoming rebellious, the child is becoming truant, the child is disrespectful. So instead of us to use the right approach, identify what is actually causing that rebellious attitude, we intend to beat them, we abuse them physically. And as we do that, we cause more trauma to the child.
Okay.
It causes more trauma. So the child grows up and that child is traumatized because I was going through something. I felt like you are my parent, you are my guardian, you should have come in for me. But you didn't do that. Rather, you decided to beat me. Rather, you decided to punish me. So I grow up with that hatred, with that bitterness in me. Yeah. Children doesn't have they have less capacity in communicating their emotions, in communicating their fears, their worries. So they normally communicate it through emotions,
Okay.
like singing, crying, and all that. Aha. So when we notice things like this, we shouldn't downplay, or we shouldn't let it go. We shouldn't let it slide that no, it's a child. Why are you crying? We used to do it. If you see a child crying, if you don't stop that cry, I will
I'll
beat you.
Already the person is crying.
Already the person is crying. So why are you crying? What is the reason for the crying? If you don't stop the cry, I will beat you very well.
We scare them
We
more.
scare them. So because we have scared them, they will even quarreling. They will not even talk again. Meanwhile, that child might be going through something. Maybe somebody is abusing that child.
It's true.
Maybe the child is being bullied in the school. Maybe the child academically is finding some difficulties, and so it's putting a lot of stress on that child.
And the child doesn't know how
It
to
doesn't know how
go
to communicate those worries to you. So the only way to communicate is through crying. And instead of us to, oh, why are you crying? So that where we cannot help, we can't come in, then we refer to the specialist. We intend to do it to beat the child. So the child now does what? Quelling. Now I will not even talk again.
So, from your submission, if I can understand you very clearly, you mean when we see children exhibiting such lifestyle, or they call in, or they are crying, it means there's an issue. Instead of us beating them, we should rather come down to their level and then show them love and try to know what exactly is the problem with them. And when we are able
Sure.
to get it, if we are not able to get that to, if there is the nearest person we have to contact for the well-being of the child, it
Yes.
is up to the parent to be able to do that.
Sure.
Okay. This program is sponsored and supported by Empowered Mind Ghana.
Sure. It's not always that, oh, we think it is tantrum.
Okay.
Tantrum is for a purpose.
Okay.
Children play tantrum for a purpose.
Okay.
So I want mommy to buy me toffee. Mommy, buy me the toffee. Mommy is not buying me the toffee. Then the child will decide to cry, throw him or herself on the floor and all that. But this is when there's nothing like that. Yeah, there's nothing like that. But the least thing, last a colleague was telling me that the sister's daughter, small time the girl is crying. Small time the girl is crying without anything. So they even bought Fanta for the child that, what is wrong with you? But this child kept on crying. The girl was five years. So I asked, so what was the reason for the crying? They said they don't know. If that is the case, she came to me. If she goes back home and she's still crying, the way she will beat her, because how can you be crying the whole day? So these are some of the issues. Children also go through a lot of stress. They become depressed. They have mood swings. That's why this year's World Mental Health Day, the theme is mental health is a universal human right for everyone.
Mental health is the universal
Human
human
rights
right
for everyone,
everyone, including children,
including children,
the,
whether young or
or
old,
old.
rich or poor.
That is the main reason why we want to start it from the children.
Yes.
So, on that note, is there any right for children
Sure. They
in
also,
regards to mental health?
in regards to mental health,
Okay.
they have right to access the available services.
They have right
To access available mental health services. They have right to be liberated. They have right to be inclusive.
Please, can you, somebody say empathy, can you elaborate or
So
explain further to us?
So the mental health unit or the mental health hospitals is not only for the aged,
adults.
for the adults,
Okay.
but it includes children as well.
Okay.
Children also have the right to access those services because they also have mental health issues. So they have right to access available services. Is it to see the psychologist? Is it to see the specialist? Is it to see an occupational therapist? Whatever services that encompasses mental health issues, the children have the right for that. Children have right to be liberated. They have right to live freely, just like you and I are living freely. They have the right to be loved. Let's show love and kindness to these children. They have the right to be included in everything that goes on. in the home, in the community, in the country at large. It doesn't matter what that child is suffering from. Most of the time, is it in the schools or in the churches and all that, when there is a role play, we only select those who are fluent, those who are active, those who can really do it well, leaving, excuse me to say, those with intellectual disorders or those who are timid or those who think that no, this child cannot talk well and all that. But we have to include them. That is the inclusion. We have to include them in everything that we do. They have the right to that.
So they also have right to education.
They have right to education.
Okay.
And then right to prevention of mental health illness.
That is great.
They have right to the prevention. And talking about prevention, prevention starts from utero. It starts from when the child is in the womb.
Okay.
Yes. Why do I say that? As a mother, when you are pregnant, you know that when I take my medications well, when I eat well, this child will grow physically. But what about the mental health of that child? Are you taking alcohol? That can retard the child's memory.
Oh, so if you are pregnant and you are taking alcohol, you can.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Are you thinking,
So
are you
all our viewers that are into alcoholic, please and please, for the sake of the children or for the sake of the child that you are carrying, Adonis TV will want to advise you to stop for the well-being of your child, because that child does not belong to you alone. The child belongs to the nation. So please and please, for that short period, if you can, just try to avoid alcohol. And what again?
they have the right? Are you engaging in other, like any other substances that will not be healthy for the child?
Okay.
You know, maternal depression doesn't only affect the mother,
Okay.
but it affects the child as well.
As well.
It affects the child cognitively. It affects the child socially. So as a mother, whatever you are doing, don't just think about yourself, but think about the child. As you are giving the child food to eat to grow physically, what about the mental health of that child? So it's a preventive measure. If you are a mother, you show love, how you bring up your child, you show care, and all that, the child grows up mentally sound. It's not only about the physical growth, but socially, emotionally. How are you grooming this child? How are you nurturing this child to grow up emotionally well or socially well? So the children have right to preventive issues, just like we give them mosquito nets, that sleep in the mosquito net with your child so that your child will not get
So surprisingly,
malaria.
You know, some parents don't sleep under mosquito
Oh,
net.
sure.
So surprisingly,
Yeah.
some take the mosquito net, all right, but they don't use it.
Sure. So just like we are giving mosquito net that sleep in it so that you will not get malaria. Because when you get malaria and when you are pregnant and you get malaria, it affects the child. Okay. It's the same way when you are pregnant, you are taking alcohol. When you are pregnant and you are always thinking about something, you are worried, you are crying, you become so stressed up, you become depressed. It also affects the child.
Okay.
It also affects the child. So to prevent such things, when you are pregnant, the situations, somebody is it kidney? He said problems no go finish. The problems more are coming. So when you are pregnant and you feel like no, you are so overwhelmed, you don't know what to do. The issues are becoming too much. Talk to someone. When you go to talk to someone.
Help is always there.
Sure.
Try as much as you can to access the help when the need be.
Sure.
Don't be indoor. Okay, Auntie Linda, once again, can mental health issues among children be prevented, or right from pregnancy? Can it be prevented?
That's what I said. It can be prevented.
Okay, so what are the ways or measures that we can put in place, particularly to the pregnant woman and then the husband to the pregnant woman?
Sure. So when you are pregnant, you know, pregnancy itself is very stressful.
Okay.
And then it comes with a whole lot of changes. And so these changes throws a lot of women into depression. It leads them into depression because they think about the vomiting, I'm not able to eat, and everything I do, it irritates my husband and all that. So it makes these women to think, they become stressed up and all that. And when it happens that way, it doesn't only affect the mother, but it affects the child in
as well.
utero. Because when you are stressed out, there are certain stress hormones which are being released, and these hormones goes a long way to affect the child, because it passes through the placenta, it goes to the child and it affects the child. That's the development of the brain. So the child grows up and then they tend to have some challenges. So to prevent that, when you are pregnant and you feel like what you are going through, you cannot solve it alone, you are so overwhelmed, talk to someone. When you go to the antenatal, talk to the nurses there. Madam, this is what I am going through. Oh, really? If that is the case, let's refer you to the psychiatric unit. At the psychiatric unit, they assess the issue. If they need to bring your husband in to talk to the husband on how to handle issues at home, because most of the time, the husbands don't know most of the changes pregnancy comes with. Yeah, the changes it has on the mental health of the woman, or how it changes the woman's emotions. So the husband sees you frown. Why are you frowning? You just woke up early morning, or you have frown your face. What is happening to
So
you?
my man, show love, show
Show
love,
love,
show
yeah.
love.
What is happening to you? Oh, dear, leave me alone. Then the husband leaves the house. It adds more to the woman's thinking. Hey, so I am pregnant and this is what my husband is doing. The woman begins to think, oh, so this is the thing. And maternal depression, when it is not handled well, translates to postpartum depression.
I think
So
we have
after
to
birth,
come back
yes.
and discuss
So after birth, the depression continues,
continuous.
and it affects the child greatly. It affects the child greatly. So mental health in children, it can be prevented.
Sure.
It can be prevented. Yeah. And then school going age, how to care for the child. Like I said earlier, children are not able to communicate their worries at that tender age. They are not able to communicate whatever that is going on well, because that side of the brain is not well developed. That side of the brain is not well developed to say that this is what I feel. That is why whatever that happens in childhood, you can't explain it well, because that part of the brain is not well developed. Aha. So the right part of the brain, that is for emotions, that is what is developed at that moment. So they tend to communicate through their emotions, through imitations, through crying and all that. So when we see changes in our children, instead of us to uh, attribute it to you are becoming very stubborn, especially with adolescents. You are becoming very stubborn. Why are you doing this? You are becoming rebellious, beating them and all that. We should try to find solutions to it. What is actually happening? Is it in the school? Is it in the neighborhood? Is my child being bullied? Or what is going on? When we get to know that, we will know that, oh, okay, so this is what my child is going through. Children who have night terrors, they sleep and wake up screaming. Most of the time, we think that it is evil spirits. Something is chasing this child and all that. But research has stated that children who are being bullied tend to have such dreams. They tend to have it. So they will sleep and wake up screaming because of what happened during the day.
It happens in adults too.
It happens, yeah. So we wake up, you see, when the child wakes up, we begin, we be praying and we attribute it to be spiritual, forgetting that, no, what happened during the day? So when your child goes through that, in the morning, you can ask the child, what happened in the school? Did you have a fight with somebody? Did somebody do something to you? What happened to you? Then you will know what is actually going on. But when we attribute it to the other side, we don't think about what could happen in the school, what could happen in the neighborhood. It will continue.
Thank you so much, Auntie Linda, once again. And I believe our viewers will be so pleased to learn this from us. And then, Auntie Linda,
Yeah.
your last word for our viewers.
So, all that I want to say is, as a child and adolescent mental health resident, I am very particular about the mental health issues of children because we normally don't talk about it. And it has left a lot of children and adolescents to be traumatized. They are depressed, and they can't uh, voice it out, and it is affecting them, their academics, their social life, and all that. So, what I want to say is, let's take the mental health issues of children into consideration. Let's pay particular attention to the mental health of children because children also suffer mental health issues. They also have mood swings. They also get depression. They also get stressed up, and there are times that they also feel like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And as parents, are we there to support them in times like this, or we think that no, you are doing this because you are a stubborn child or you are disrespectful? So let's take particular attention and then refer when it is appropriate. When you think as a parent you can't handle the new behavior of your child, let's refer to the appropriate specialist. Let's refer. The mental health unit is always open for everybody. Mental health is a universal human right for everybody, no matter who you are, whether young or old. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And once again, God bless you. We are so honored having you. And then the education you've given us. We want to say God really bless you, Auntie Linda. And once again, we will say that the facilities, the mental health facility is open to everyone. And this year theme is
Human
mental health
rights.
is a fundamental human right for all, including the children. We want to say God bless you so much, our viewers. We will come one another time with another educative topic on mental health. So keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow, share with others, and let them be blessed because it is our joy to see everyone fully happy and easy to go. God bless you and stay blessed. Amen.
Amen.